Topics. Did we have topics that we were going to chat about on the car Q&A?
A few more questions, a few more topics. Let's do it. Firstly, I want to get into one that it was that question that one of the guys asked Jesse, which was, I want my FTP to be like 330, right? Why can't training for that just be, I'm going to ride for as long as possible at 330 watts and just eventually I'll be able to ride at that power for longer because I'll just do it more. It's like...
It works as an individual session. Don't get me wrong. Like if you want to go and do essentially be a threshold effort, a couple of threshold efforts at your target FTP, that's fine. But the question was kind of asking like, can I use that as a training program?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, no. Like in a training program, you're looking at, and this is what a lot of the questions were like individual workout based, which I guess I've added to by doing Zwift workout reviews and stuff. But really training is more about the overall week and then weeks stacked on each other into the overall month. So yes, that's maybe one, you could do that once or twice a week. That's 2 sessions a week. You're not going to get fitter from doing 2 sessions a week, right? So then you're adding in things around that at a lower intensity and probably also at a higher intensity. I just didn't really even get the question because it was kind of like, can all I do is just sessions at 330 watts? It's like, well,
But
no.
I actually reckon it's kind of an interesting question because like that like comes to the crux of like what a training program is. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because, let's go right here. So all those people were asking you like, does this session work for that? Does this session work for that? And you're like sitting there going, oh, I don't really want to answer this.
It's kind of like food as well. It's like not every individual meal needs to be like, it needs to have every single nutrient in it. It's like, no, you're looking at like, you're looking at more over the course of a day or even over the course of a week. Are you hitting those nutrition things? And it's the same with training. Not every session has to be perfectly, exactly specific for your overall goal. Yeah. You piece it together with different, and that's the science of trainings and the art as well. It's a more logical approach than sort of what other people will do, which is like not even think about what they're trying to achieve and just be like, oh, I need to do polarized or I need to do something else. And it's like, well, actually, you're not doing anything that's closely related to what you're actually trying to achieve. I answered so many training questions in that thing. Can we move on? Questions for Chris Miller, because this is a Chris Miller video.
Fair enough.
What I wanted to ask you, because I kind of know the answer, but I think it's interesting I didn't actually know this until I asked, is so the team is partnered with Rapha.
Yep.
And obviously as part of that, the riders on the team get kit, get Rapha stuff. So, I think what most people would assume is kind of Rapha just send out, everyone gets 3 pairs of bib shorts, 3 jerseys, and it's like a set allocated items of clothing. But that's not how it works, is it? So how does a partnership with Rapha actually work in terms of the kit that you get, that the team gets, and then the riders get?
It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. We have a budget, so we'll have a per rider budget, and we'll have a total team budget. And really the way we split that up is based on 2 things. The first is you have custom stuff, or stuff that, has all the decals and all that sort of thing on it. And then there's the mainline product. So we'll split our allocation between the custom stuff and the mainline stuff. What we do is you sit down and you go, right, well, let's say, for example, we've got $1,000 we can spend per rider, for example. We're going to have to run here.
The Adelaide lights that will be here for the next 10 minutes if we don't get across.
That's not particularly accurate, but let's say, for example, it was $1,000 per rider to spend, and jerseys might be, a couple of hundred, bibs might be a couple of hundred, and you're literally just allocating how much you can get for a certain amount of money. You do try and sort of cheat the system in certain ways. By that I mean we will run some mainline training gear stuff to bring the prices down, because obviously that's a bit cheaper for everyone all around, is to get like the main products as opposed to the custom products. Well, I think the big thing is how long it takes. It takes 7 months. You lock this away in sort of June, July before actually getting any kit, which you put that into a timing thing for a team, you're talking to people who want to be on your jersey in June, July the previous year. and factor like COVID and all that stuff in, you're talking to companies where sometimes you haven't even done a race and you're saying, hey, let's talk about next year.
But so with the budget, because like we don't get new like jackets every year.
No.
So like
So that's because
what
it's money.
stuff gets reused?
Yeah, so like a jacket could cost like $500. So if we were like, okay, your budget next year is $1,000, let's all get jackets for next year. All right, well, so one jacket each, looks like everyone's getting one jersey and one pair of bibs.
Yeah.
So you try and be smart. It's why the smart thing to do is actually not change your kit at all from year to year. Because then you can just like Oliver's or something, like they literally can just bash out the same stuff and guys are probably running things from 7 years ago and it still works.
Yeah.
I love the fact that people keep coming back and saying, oh, can we get the jerseys? Can we get that's cool, that's brilliant. At the moment, we have 2 jerseys for each rider. And that's just budget. Yeah.
Oh, and deliveries, right?
Yeah. Oh, and I will throw these, so this is the other thing, right? So Rapha being a Northern Hemisphere company, and they work on a financial year that ends in December. We don't down here. So that means that their allocation is split. So for us, for example, that's why we've only got a limited amount of stuff at this part of the season, because like the Rapha budget doesn't roll over until the end of the year as opposed to the 30th of June.
Oh.
Yeah. But like back when I was doing the kit myself, like it would cost around 40 grand to outfit a team. Now we had a lot more riders then. Like we would tend to try and get like almost 20 guys, and it was costing almost $40,000 to outfit the team year to year.
Partnership between FSA Vision and the team in 2022. What are we running? What's the deal here?
What's the deal?
Because it seems there's a bit...
So it started out that we're going to be getting some wheels and some handlebars and some cranks.
Which is what the guys all have on now.
A whole team have 2022. Yeah, pretty simply, we got 3 group sets. 3 group sets to trial, because I want to get into, I'll get into this in a later date, but yeah, FSA, I'm not giving too much away here, are going to be updating that group set completely. So they're going to run, again, probably not giving too much away, they're going to move to a 12-speed group set. They're updating the whole wireless protocol that they've got on it. So the 3 group sets that we're running as a test, Dylan, myself and Leo, we're providing feedback on that current incarnation, and they're updating the firmware on it pretty regularly, which will feed into like the updates that they do on the new group set.
How do the guys build their bikes up? Because the frames, they're
so
group sets to finish the builds.
Everyone got frames, they got wheels, they got bars. So yeah, the remaining componentry they bought, a lot of that was done via them being able to sell their black bikes, which was something that we were really happy to allow the guys to do. So they hopefully made some money on selling their black bikes and then put that towards the remaining components that went on the white bikes. But just quickly coming back to the FSA Wii thing, I will do like a chat through the whole thing. Like you go online and you have a look for info on it, and there's nothing. There's nothing online. And there's a kind of a reason for that, that when it was launched 4 years ago, like that version of the group set is not what is on bikes now. Even though if you go onto the FSA website, it looks like, oh, this was the group set that, you know, GCN launched 4 years ago. It's totally different, which I don't understand why. Like, it's still called the same thing, but it's not the same group set. Like the levers, literally the levers are physically like that much longer due to feedback that was given by us to lengthen the levers, like even the time that we've been doing it. So yeah.
It's pretty cool.
So the Vision wheels, the Metron wheels, because we used to do the whole race wheel thing, but now like because of tubeless, and this is why I reckon one of the reasons we go on and on about how good it is, because like you don't have to worry about race wheels anymore. You just like we've been riding our wheels.
Yeah, I never change wheels anymore.
No.
And the guys just take their wheels home. Some of the guys still run training wheels.
Yeah.
But it's not like there's this like van of race wheels sitting with the team,
Yeah.
ready to go to each race.
Yeah. So what do you think about riding in Adelaide? Give us your thoughts.
I would have loved to have brought the gravel bike, because obviously having access to that stuff so close to the city is massive. In terms of this is the thing with riding in Adelaide. It's especially like over in those hills. Obviously you can go along the beach, but in the rides we've been doing, it just kills all your momentum. The roads are dead, and then it's constantly up or down. So I can see why riders get insanely fit, because it's such hard riding. But I'm just like begging just to get some momentum. Like, I like to be trucking along, rolling it over, and you just don't get it here. Like,
You're broken.
I'd struggle to. I really think I'd struggle to train here or to live here. Great for like a training camp.
Yeah.
But even like the equivalent ride in Sydney, which would be going and doing like an Akuna loop or a bob and head.
Yeah.
There's sections in there for 5 or 10 minutes where you're
trucking.
moving along. You're on the Wakehurst Parkway or you're on Forest Road, whatever it's called. You don't get that here. Like, all you get is the roll back down into town. It's brutal.
It does break you. I will admit that.
Yeah.
I think you're right about the gravel bike thing though. Like, talking to Cooper last night, so he lives like, what's that, North Adelaide, and he just took the mountain bike out, single track up to the top of Mount Lofty, like turned around, single track back down. It was like an hour and a half, 600 metres of climbing, all off-road, like just total change up. Like that, man, I could totally get around that.
Can I just rant about the traffic lights here?
Yeah.
The traffic lights take so long. It's like they try and give everyone like 3 or 4 minutes to get through. So it's like if you don't get the traffic light, you unclipped, you may as well like get off the bike and sit down. It takes so long. Good thing is though, everything is so close to the city, so you don't have to stop at that many. But
quick shout, Cooper Sayers works in this store. Unfortunately, as I think we're about to find out, he's not in the... Let's find out. Should we go in and find out? Hello. Very well. Is Cooper in today? Is Cooper in today? Oh, he's at the airport, is he? Yeah, he's at the airport? No worries. Ooh, gold Katos.
if you were racing 2 down under and you had to pick one pair to wear for the whole race, what would you pick?
Ooh.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah. It's the Tour de France edition. I like those.
I reckon I'd go the gold Sutro lights.
Oh,
with the grey.
I didn't see those.
Yeah.
You like? Yeah.
Because I like the gold.
Yeah, I don't get the gold.
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you think it'll take for you to get back to fitness?
I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back. Didn't you see me out there yesterday?
I think you aren't that far off.
No. So my CTL at the moment is 76. I need to be, once I get up to 90, I'll be pretty much good to go. And I did get up to like, when I did start going back to the gym again, I got up to sort of 80 kilos. So I need to get back down to kind of 76, which I can already like, I feel like I'm already dropped a couple.
Yeah.
Mostly just from not going to the gym. So I guess, yeah, when I weigh myself, when I get back, I probably will be sort of 77-ish, I'd say. So, yeah.
I don't know.
Although there's not really any NRS races.
No.
Because we go 2 down under, and then it's like straight into Gippsland and Warney, which we're not doing. Then I think it's like Tour of Brisbane. So we're going to wait till sort of April, May. So yeah, maybe try and get myself selected for one of those. Seeing people doing the race, like racing, didn't really make me get FOMO or anything. But just seeing guys be and like look really fit, I was like, oh damn, like I miss that feeling of being fit. Whereas like the racing is like, yeah, not so much. Oh, I mean, Sam, come on.
Yeah.
Maybe he had 3.
Look,
it was barely 3 weeks. It's like
it's such.
he's not.
Yeah. It's such shit chat, I reckon. Like, oh, I pretty much racked it for 2 weeks.
It's
Like, what the hell?
people get a cold and get knocked out for that. Like,
Yeah. Or what about one of the people that Jesse coaches got COVID, and the GP told him, like, oh, have 10 days off the bike. So he goes and has 10 days off the bike. He's feeling grand, feeling fine. Goes back, the GP says, oh, just to be safe, take another 10 days off.
Yeah.
Like, what?
So what could have, what's potentially just, all right, rest up until you feel better. Once you feel better, build yourself back in and then you're good to go. But it was like, no, once you feel better, just take another 10 days off. So then now what could have been a week and a half off, you're looking at like three weeks where you're actually detraining a significant amount. I'm thinking of because we got these like microphones.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of all the dumb things we could do and do a Q&A.
Yeah. Could we do a Q&A mid-ride?
Well, that's because it was
Yeah.
We could like set up the GoPro to be pointing
Yep.
back somewhat at us.
Yep.
Run these.
Yep.
And then just do like a.
I like it.
Yeah.
See ya.